Now we have another beautiful night. We're doing a workshop tonight. That workshop is home ownership, no credit check. Get as many people on as possible. Share this with everyone that you know, period. We are about to get started in 5 minutes. Get as many people on. Keep climbing and keep growing. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We are rolling. Get people on. Show the love. Credit, no credit check whatsoever. Home ownership with no credit check. It's going to be a lot of information that people can get. It's going to be succinct and to the point tonight. And so we want to get as many people on so that they can take advantage of this as possible. As we speak, I am doing that now. Let me get to my page. Oh, there we go. Let me turn this down so we don't have an echo coming in. And let me invite, right? So we want to invite, straight down the list. We can invite. Yes. Yes. Just keep inviting. Invite people, hit that share button, share it on your page, invite, share it with everyone. We will get started in 4 minutes. Go ahead and invite as many people as possible that you can get on here, and we appreciate it. You want to share this with everyone you know, invite everyone you know so that they can also attend and share this with others. And as we share, we receive, right? The more you give, the more you're going to receive. So share this with everyone you know. Get them on. We are going to start promptly at 8:30 Central Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, no matter what. But let's share it with as many people as you can. Right. We are on YouTube. Welcome those on YouTube. Welcome to those on Twitch. Welcome to those on Instagram. Welcome to those on LinkedIn. Welcome to all of those that are here and attending with us. We are super excited about tonight. Tonight's workshop is going to be home ownership, no credit check. And I believe you me, everybody you know that doesn't have a home at this time definitely wants this information. Okay. So we want to make sure that we share it. We get it to the masses. We want to get it to everybody we know. Right. And so let's share this, get it out there, and keep it moving. Okay. So again, to all of us here, you're welcome to type in the chat. You can share, but share this with everybody you know. Get your people on and share it with them. Show the love and let them know we are live in action right now, right? So we definitely want to do that. We definitely good to go. If you can hear me clearly, please let me know in the chat. I greatly appreciate it. If you can, if there's an echo, let me know or anything like that. But we should be good. We will be starting in 2 minutes. Again, like I said, get as many people on as possible. We had an outstanding workshop last night. It was excellent. We talked about protect your family, which was powerful. We protecting your family's assets, showing them the true love that they actually deserve, right? And so we did that. We had a great workshop, and it was excellent. We will start in 1 minute. Share this with everybody you know. Let's get them on. Let's get them excited. Let's get them moving. And let's see who shows up. But those that do, you're going to be blessed. Those that share, you're going to be blessed. Keep giving, and you will receive. Keep giving, and you will receive, right? And that is the great blessing, okay? All right, so outstanding. You can hear me clearly. Wonderful. Welcome to the call, Viva. We're so glad to have you tonight again, and we're going to go ahead and we are on the countdown, right? We got about 1 minute, if that. We got some seconds left, and we will get started. I again am super excited. I am your host, Dawid Israel. And once we start, we are not going to stop. We're going to keep rocking and keep it moving and keep it growing, right? So let's keep moving. Let's keep going. Let's keep growing together. And let's do what? Let's do what? Let's do what? Let's talk credit. We're going beyond credit tonight. Peace. All right. So tonight we're here with you. Hopefully, you all can hear me. You can hear me clearly. You can see me clearly. Wonderful. We are going to go ahead and get started tonight. Again, our subject for the night is Workshop 7, Home Ownership, No Credit Check. Is extremely powerful. We've already went through Workshop 1, Understanding Money. Workshop 2 was legally avoid how to legally avoid taxes. Workshop 3, which ended up becoming a 4-part series, was Become Your Own Bank. We went totally in depth into that series as well. And then we had our Workshop 5, Credit Repair. Workshop 6 last night was Protect Your Family. And tonight we've got Workshop 7, Home Ownership, No Credit Check, right? And so let's delve right into it. So the first thing that I want to do is come back to this chart. Like I always like to come back to this chart, right? And this chart right here is our employee, business owner, self-employed chart, right? And so here we see that the employee, what, has a job. The self-employed owns a job. The business owner owns a system, and the investor, you own investments, right? And so what is so powerful about this concept is really looking at where you're at, okay? And so I want us to remember that inside of this conversation, there's another conversation called poor, middle class, rich, and wealthy, right? So most people that own a home are middle class, rich, or wealthy, right? Middle class, rich, or wealthy. But I want what we're going to show you tonight is one, how to be able to get a home. So if you don't have a home, remember your net worth. The average person that doesn't have a home, their net worth is anywhere between $5,000 to $6,000 on average. When a person owns a home, their net worth jumps from $5,000 to $6,000 to $200,000. So we're going to learn how to utilize that net worth as well. But what I want you to get tonight is how you can actually get a house. Okay, no credit check, right? Very easily if you just follow the process, excuse me, that the experts are going to walk you through. Okay, so what I want you to get is, as an employee, right, you have a job. You move to self-employed, you own a job. But where we want to get to is this business owner and investor side. And if you've been following the workshops, I'm not going to go deep into this because I really talked about it throughout all of those workshops. But I wanted to bring this as a reminder. Okay, now the next thing that we're going to deal with is I want us to remember the cycle. And this cycle is income coming in, we pay our bills, we're short on cash, use credit, balances grow, right? Our credit card balances grow, and we have higher interest payments. This is called the debt cycle. But what the wealthy use is they got income coming in, they pay themselves first. Then they invest their money, they master credit, their bank balances grow. These balances give them interest and they live off the interest, right? Because the wealthy do what? They don't spend money, they don't spend credit, they spend interest. And that's extremely important to get as well. So what we want to do is we're going to take these tips and these clues, and we're going to take first thing. Once you get a house, we're going to learn how to turn a house into an investment versus a liability. Okay, we're going to turn our house into an investment versus a liability. But the key thing is that you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to get a home with no credit check. And this is extremely powerful right here, right? And so how do we turn our home from an investment, from a liability into an asset, or into an investment rather? And the way that we do that is we're going to take our home and it's going to create net worth for us. And we're going to be able to utilize that net worth in order to do things like home equity loans and so forth, not to be able to spend on ourselves and not to buy more liabilities, but to invest in assets. and invest in investments and be able to take that money also and be able to put it in our high yield interest bearing accounts. So now our house will start making money for us, right? And it becomes an actual investment versus a liability. So once you do that, now you moved into the realm of the rich. So tonight, what I'm going to teach you is how to move into the realm of the middle class. What do I mean by that? If you do not have a home, or if you are presently poor, right? And how do we determine whether you are poor or not, right? I'm going to share a screen just so you can actually see how we determine this. I want you to really pay close attention to how we determine this information, right? Let me make sure this screen is up. It is. Why aren't you showing up? That's there. That's there. That's there. I don't see. Hold 1 second for me. I do apologize, but I don't see the screen that I need. Um, and that is strange. Okay, let's cancel that. Let's do this again. Let me try this again. I do apologize for that, guys. But I definitely want us to understand this concept because it is super important. Okay. So let me see. That's that. That's that. Let me allow this real quick and give me 1 more second. I apologize for the delay, but I definitely want to make sure that I've got. There we go. All right. So now, again, what I want us to understand is this is that the income, right? What do the poor have? The poor have income and expenses coming in, right? Only. So if you only have income coming in, whether it's social security, whether it's welfare, whether it's a job, whether it's no matter what that income is, and the only thing you have are expenses, meaning bills that you can never pay off, gas and electric, phone, this, that, those are bills. If that's all you have, right, you're living as in the poor, that's poor. Okay. Now, if you have income, expenses, and liabilities, which isn't, I mean, it's not, that's not good either, really. But if you have liabilities, a home payment, a house payment, car note, right? Those are the type of liabilities that the middle class will have. If you have those three things, liabilities, now you are middle class. Okay. You're moving into the middle class area. However, what we want to do is we want to get a home. We're going to take that home and it's going to start as a liability. But you're going to learn how to make that an investment. It's not going to be an asset because an asset is what the world would consider an asset. The average person will consider an asset. But as far as the investing principles, it's not an asset. Why? Because it's not bringing us in any money residually, right? It's not bringing in money every single week or every single month without you doing anything. That's a true asset. An asset is something that's going to put money into your pocket. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our house and move it from a liability into an investment. Okay. And what it's going to do is we're going to be able to pull money out of that house as cash on hand, drop it into the accounts. And then we're going to learn how to allow that to allow us to bring interest in that's bringing us residual. So what's going to happen is this cash on hand that we're going to pull out of this house is going to start making us more money than we have to pay back in money, and therefore it's going to create a profit. And now this is going to become a cash cow for us versus just being a house, right? And there's going to be many ways that we're going to be able to do that, and that's going to allow us to be able to move forward. Okay, so this income, again, we're going to be moving from income, all right, here, like I said before, we're going to move from income and expense to income, expense, and liability. And we're going to learn how to turn that liability into investment. So you're going to move from income to expense to liability. And so the average person will be able to move from poor to middle class. And then what's going to happen is we're going to move to actually rich and then to wealthy. But these are phases. Tonight I'm just going to talk about how to get an income expense and create the house as a liability. We're not going into the other side of that tonight. Okay? So I want you to be clear on that. So now I need to share another screen. Hopefully this time it works properly. And thank you all for bearing with me through that process. Please share this with everyone you know. Definitely get as many people on as possible. Again, tonight we had a great workshop. Last night we had a lot of people on last night, but hopefully tonight we get that as well. And so we're going to move forward into talking about how to get this house, home ownership, no credit check. So share this with everyone you know. Hit them up, get them on because they want this information. So the conventional means, right, of getting your a credit, excuse me, a house is you have a minimum down payment, usually 5 to 20% or 3% for first time buyers. You need a minimum credit score of 620 for a fixed rate and 640 for adjustable rate mortgage. Okay. The debt to income ratio needs to be 40 to 50% of gross monthly income, right? 40 to 50%. That means if I make $1,000, 500 of it cannot go to bills, right? So if I make $4,000 a month, right? The maximum that can be going to bills is $2,000 a month, right? So conforming loan limits, that means that the conventional loans will allow you to get up to $647,000 for a single family home, right? Private mortgage insurance, PMI, is required if there's going to be a down payment less than 20% down. Occupy requirements, owner occupied second home and investment. Seller paid closing costs are allowed with some limits. Gift funds, down payment and closing costs up to 100%, right? So gift funds are like funds coming from someone else that can go towards the down payment and closing costs, right? As well, they're saying up to 100%. Some places don't allow you to do that because they want you to have skin in the game and they want to be able to prove where that money's coming from, right? Co-signers and co-borrowers, yes, they allow it, but it's complicated. And that's the key reason that most people do not get into the housing market. They don't get a house is because it is complicated. It is. And so what has been designed is something that I found that has actually made it so easy for individuals to get into a home. It is so simple. And so our experts, right? They require two forms of information. This is it. One, amount you have available for down payment. That's what they want to know. One is that. And two, what you can afford on a monthly basis. With these two bits of information, they're going to determine what program you qualify for. And this is the powerful thing. You're going to qualify. I don't care how bad your credit is, what your situation is, as long as you're paying rent, you are going to qualify for one of these programs. You don't have to be paying rent, but I know if you're paying rent, you qualify, right? So what the company does is they look at what's coming in, what you're paying, what's on your rent and what you're paying in rent. And then they say you can go get a house according to what you're paying in rent. Now, the beautiful thing is rent is usually higher than the average mortgage, meaning you can get more house for what you're paying in rent now than you could for your mortgage, right? That is extremely powerful. That is super powerful. Okay. I want you to get that, right? So you're going to be able to get amount you have available for down payment, what you can afford on a monthly basis, and these two bits of information will determine which program you qualify for. That's extremely powerful, right? I mean, for real. That is extremely powerful, right? So the next thing that makes it easy to get a house. So instead of having to go through all of this, right, which I just shared with you, instead of having to go through all of that, all you got to do is have two forms of information. the amount you have available for down payment, and what you can afford on a monthly basis. And even if you don't have a down payment, we're still going to get you into a house, right? So these two bits of information will determine which program you qualify for. So rent to own, right? We're going to give you 3 years to buy. These are the programs, right? Rent to own, in-house financing program. We will be the bank for you, right? And a traditional loan, right? So what I want you to get is when you rent to own from us, right? When you decide to rent to own through our program, what happens is that, let's say after we went through your paperwork, after the experts go through your paperwork and they say, okay, we want to, you want to rent to own. I mean, you're available for our rent to own program, right? Then what happens is you now go look for a house, okay? And then what happens is after 3 years, there's a 3-year program. They're going to give you 3 years in order to qualify to buy the house, right? Up to that time frame. You could do it at any time. Then what happens is you move to the next phase of the program, right? Which is the, excuse me, which is the in-house financing program. If you can't get the traditional loan. So if you're not able to get the traditional loan, right? Then what happens is you then move to the in-house financing program. And the company will actually buy the house for you and finance it for you. So it's a win-win-win. So as you go through the Went to Own program, then you move to the in-house financing if within 3 years you cannot finance it. However, if you utilize the other programs that we talked about, then what's going to happen is you're going to be able to move from that to the traditional loan, right? Because your credit will be repaired, your debt to income ratio will be good to go, right? And now you have the and you have the tradition and your traditional loan now, right? You'll be able to get that, and now you will own the house. That is extremely, extremely, extremely powerful. Okay. So I want you to really get that. I want you to understand that. And I want you to see where it is that we're coming from with that, because that can change your life quickly. Okay. Now, if you don't have the down payment at the time, you can get credits for the down payment. So while you're doing the rent to own program, we have a work for equity program, which will also increase and create this for you as well. So the question is, how much do you want to do? Do you want to do some work on the house? Remember, this is going to be your house. So you want to do some work on the house, all the work on your house, or none of the work on your house. And these are the types of work that can be done on the house, right? Cleaning, just an idea, landscaping, heavy cleaning, roofing, painting, carpentry, etc. You can do some, all, or none. But the beautiful thing is, this is going to increase the value of your home. So when you finally get the home, whether it's within that 3-year program, within these 3 years, the value of your home is going to shoot up. What's that going to do? That's going to increase your net worth. Okay. That's going to increase your net worth, and your net worth, right? Then what's going to happen is it's also going to go towards your down payment. So a portion of that's going to go towards your down payment, right? Whatever they would pay for that type of service is going to go towards your down payment. It increases the value of your home, and it increases your net worth, right? So also, when you pay your rent on time in our rent to own program, $100 per, approximately $100 per month is going to go towards your down payment as well. So when you're paying your rent right now, when you pay rent, it's just going out. You're not getting anything. But with our rent to own program, when you pay rent, $100 of that approximately is going to go towards that payment. And if you do the work for home, that down payment will be ready to go. So your down payment will be ready to go. Your credit is going to be repaired when you work with us, right? And your debt to income is going to be ready to go. So usually we're able to get people a traditional loan by the end of that 3 years, if not before that 3 years is ready to go. Okay. And we have many ways that the experts will work with you in order to make sure that you get that down payment for that home and ready to go. We actually have 6 to 7 ways outside of what I talked about that to get you that to work. So how does it work? You're assigned an agent. You submit requested info, right? Choose which program is best for you. That once that info comes back, you will be able to see and choose which program is best for you, right? And then what happens is you go look for a house and the company gets the house for you. Okay. And then you move in. It is that simple. It is that this is no different. This is almost identical to when you go rent a house. So if you've rented a house before, if you're going to rent and you're renting on a regular basis, this is actually like renting, except there's no credit check, right? So the amazing thing is when I talked about all this information, there is no credit check, right? So the only reason we run your credit, or the experts run your credit, the only reason that happens is so that they can look at and determine which program is best for you. But credit has nothing to do with determining whether you get the home or not. We get people on homes on a regular basis just based on this program. So this is extremely powerful. I'm hoping you got a lot out of this, right? And again, this was going to be a short live. I've had long ones, but this is going to be a short one. And so with that, do we have any questions that anybody has in the chat? Do we have any questions in the chat whatsoever? I'm going to give a second for questions. If there is no questions, I don't have to hold you all tonight any longer. I want you all to do something though. Get that house, right? Get used to investing, right? And make and you know, get with me if you want more information. If you want more information, you can contact me here. You can leave a comment here on any of our platforms, like I said, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, you can leave it there. Or you can contact us. You can hit more, just text more, right, to this number. Text more to 833-740-2315 for more information on it. Okay. And you can also contact us as well at our website. I'm not excuse me, on our Facebook page as well. If you go to the Facebook page, the phone number is there also. Dawid Israel Credit Repair. You will be able to get the phone number to contact us as well. And let me see. There's so many ways to contact us. So just do that. I'm looking forward to talking with you all, getting you with the experts so that you can get a home and be happy and live the way you want to live. Okay. And so that's extremely powerful. I appreciate everybody coming on. I appreciate that. Everyone have a great evening. And I look forward to seeing you all again at the top. So I see you all at the top. I love you all with a perfect love, and there is nothing you can do about it. Peace.